Alrighty, so after doing a couple of these runs and stuff like that with my brother and him actually letting me know what the actual way to do this is, like the actual plan in which you need to, do certain things to really like get a high score. I feel like my last video was okay as far as like understanding the mechanics of the fight goes, but we're going to be going over the strategy in which you get actual points. As you can see, my best run so far has been 3,034. I didn't even think I was going to ever be able to break 3,000 whenever the week first started. So yeah, as you can see, I'm in the top 5% so far. I don't know. Obviously, there's only like 48 hours left as from the time that I should be posting this or so. Hopefully it should be, around 48 hours left because, maintenance is on Monday night, Tuesday morning. So, yeah. Obviously, the team is nothing crazy. It's pretty much what everybody's using. You can see all the top players are using the exact same team. But the whole basis around it is that Jericho obviously gives you... what was that sound? Why did it play that sound? Anyway, Jericho gives you her passive is what you're looking for. Sorry, I'm all over the place. Increases strength attribute allies attack related stats by 10%. So she's basically just boosting your attack for red heroes. The reason why you want that is because you want Derriere to do as much damage as possible. So we're running attack food, just to show you. We're running attack food. I have it on auto repeat just because I might end up doing a couple of runs with this. I'm not sure. It just depends on how lucky we get with some RNG, because that's really all this takes is RNG. Because the big thing here is that I even had to equip my Merlin with a crappy piece of gear so that way it would lower her health stat, her HP stat, to below the other two. So as long as she has the lowest attack stat or HP stat, she should get targeted first, and then after that they kind of break off and just start attacking. I don't know if it's randomly or if there's some sort of actual method to it, but as far as me and my brother could figure out, it was just kind of random. So yeah, so obviously the idea is to if you don't know what Derriere's passive is, which if you're doing this you probably already know, but increases attack-related stat or attack by 10% when the hero uses skills. The effect is removed when a skill is not used. So each turn you have to use an attack with Derriere, or well, you don't have to use an attack, but you have to use a skill. You have to use either her blue card or her attack skill to make sure that you're buffing as much as possible. So make sure that, that's basically the biggest part of it, is just making sure that you keep using as many skills as you possibly can. Gother is another big part to it. He's not as big, but this whole increases all allies attack by 10% at the start of the next turn if the hero does not take damage. This is really good to help boost it as well. I think that's the reason why a lot of people are getting insanely high stats. Like you can see, the top player has 5,300 score, which is insane. And I'm assuming that just means that he got lucky enough to where he had max stacks on this, max stacks on hers, and then hit with a level 3 freeze, and then ulted with Derriere for maximum attack. So we're going to go into it. We'll kind of go over what's going on as we play. Obviously, I could get shafted by RNG here and there, so we might have to end up resetting a couple of times. But, it is what it is. That's just kind of the nature of it. You're not going to be able to do this just like one shot. There you go. You've got a high score. It really is just a bunch of RNG and, luck of the draw. So the biggest things to look out for as far as the first phase goes, I know that we went over some of the mechanics and stuff like that, but the biggest things to look out for is this Elizabeth right here. If you get to her level 2 or level 3 cards, it cancels buffs. And that is a big issue because if she targets Derriere and resets you, you are screwed. Like, the whole plan here is to keep using Derriere cards every single turn until it's over with, so that way you're getting as many stacks as you can on top of her, so that way obviously you can deal damage. So I'm going to run through a little bit. We'll try to just, obviously the plan now. We're just going to keep using Derriere cards and see how the RNG kind of works. The one thing that I was kind of before I was doing this strat, I was able to get like 27, like high 2700s, and it was basically just me doing the missions. If you can get the missions done in the run, that would be fantastic. Obviously, there's one where you need to use a freeze to get rid of 2 buffs on an enemy, but it really takes a while for them to get to the point, because she has to use this blue card right here, and then she also has to use her little this heal card right here, because it gives her some sort of ultimate move buff, which is weird because it doesn't say it puts on a buff, but when she uses this card, it does put on a buff. So you have to use that, and then sometimes she can put on immunity, which ruins it even further. But yeah, we're just gonna go in with it, and we're gonna start trying to stack up Derriere buffs and stuff like that. We'll see how it goes. So obviously the run could end at any time if we don't pull Derriere cards. So we're going to try to get rid of as many skills as possible, so that way we can, draw as many cards as we can. But at the same time, we need to make sure that we're using a Derriere card every single turn. So we are going to do this right here. She's using a bronze attack card, so that's not an issue. Oh, I needed to combine those. So we don't have to worry about her removing buffs, which even then, she's not guaranteed to hit Derriere with it either. It's just, luck of the draw, really, whether or not she targets her. But, it can be a huge issue. So we're going to go for... we'll do this, and then we'll just throw out this attack card. I want to make sure that I have a bronze card on the end, just in case we end up merging. Just because it's nice to have a merge. Alright, we got another Derry card, which is really nice. That's not an issue. Okay. So he's got the counter up. The counter is kind of an issue, but it's not really that bad. I think what we'll do here is... this is kind of rough. Using bronze cards, so it's not that big of an issue. I think we'll throw this. We will upgrade Derriere, and then we'll... I think we'll just throw the buff card out just to see if it'll, obviously it'll keep our buffs, but I don't know. We're just throwing a card out there really at the moment. Drew another one, which is really nice. Okay, not too big of a deal. Obviously, it can be an issue sometimes if they take a whole lot of damage, because your HP goes into a little bit of your score as well at the end. So you want to make sure that you try not to have them too low. But I mean, it is what it is. You can't always do what you like. You got to take what you can get. So we can actually go ahead and complete this mission right here. So we're going to throw that down, and then we're going to hit right now on Meli. That should get rid of those ult gauges, which is kind of nice. There's the mission accomplished, which is cool. It's going to give us a little bit of extra score. And then the freeze is also going to make us do more damage, which is cool. I'm going to try not to merge these, so that way I can prolong my Derriere buffs a little bit here. So I think we'll just throw this out. No, I can't do that. I just said. We'll just use this first, then throw that out, and then we'll shoot that at her. So that way, you want to make sure that you're not shooting a debuff card on Meli in the first stage, or else you're going to be completely screwed, because he's going to counter it, and then it's going to deal insane damage. So So at this point, I think we'll go ahead and we're going to throw the ult out. We're going to merge these. And then we'll just shoot this off because we can. We're trying to get a level 3 freeze, and then we're going to try to get Derry's ultimate back, so that way we can ult Meli in the first section of the second phase. We're already on turn 6, so this is getting kind of bad. Like we need to kind of hurry this along. But I mean you got to do what you got to do. We'll throw this out. We'll toss that on. And we'll shoot this. It'll prolong it a little bit, but I mean, we got to do you got to do anything possible to keep making sure that we get the setup that we're looking for here. All right, we got another Derry card, which is really nice. Obviously, like I said, RNG can completely screw you, and you can just not draw Derry cards, and then the whole run is pretty much, you know, over with, which is unfortunate that it works like that, but it is what it is. So this is a problem. She's got a silver card, and I think she's got immunity on. Yeah, so she's got immunity on, so she cannot be debuffed. So we're gonna have to hope, you know, for the best here. I think we're just gonna throw out the level 1, and we'll hit her with that as well. Obviously, the attack seal's not going to work because she's immune, which is unfortunate. And we killed, actually. That's not too big of an issue. I really need more setup to get the ult and everything, but hopefully we can keep things going in the second phase. Normally, when you go into the second phase, you want to try to kill Meli as quick as possible, but I mean, I just got to take what I can get. I know I keep saying that, but you just kind of have to roll with it. And I mean, obviously you can just reset, and you can forfeit out and just, you know, start your run over and everything like that. Do whatever you need to do, but you know, obviously just try to keep the whole strategy in mind and make sure you're not rushing through the turn and end up making a mistake like not using a Derry card or anything like that, because obviously that's just going to destroy everything. So we'll do something like this. Moved a card just so I could try to get the ult a little bit quicker. So this is looking pretty good. They're still at pretty decent health. The fact that they ruin my debuff cards is a little annoying, so I think we will try to throw these just to get rid of them. We have to use that Derry card. So let's actually throw this. We will upgrade the Derry card because we're going to draw the ultimate next turn anyway, and we will hit her with it because we're going to be able to kill Meli in one shot with the ultimate. Unfortunately, I don't know if these buffs are going to stay on for this turn or not. I think we're still good for one turn, but I could be wrong. Like her blue card might expire, which is going to lose a couple of buffs for us. Oh my god, and so we can't freeze now, so that's a lot of damage that we're going to lose out on. And my buff's expired, which is a little annoying. This should still kill, so I mean, it is what it is. We just got to take it. Waste a card. Hopefully we can draw another Derry card here, but at this point it's not detrimental, but it would be nice to go ahead and end this as quickly as possible. Alright, we got a level 2 Derry card, and we got the buff. This might actually not be too bad, but you know, it could have went a little bit better. So we'll throw on this, we'll freeze, and then we'll go for the kill. We have a lot of buffs on at the moment, so that's 427 by itself. Obviously, the ult could have been a little bit better on Meli, especially because we didn't even get the freeze off, but you can see, I mean, we did what we could. I'll try and do a couple more runs of this, and you get the gist of it. We'll try to come back and see a decent score. So yeah, let me do a couple of these runs really quick. Okay, so we just got to phase 2. We're on turn 7, which is pretty good. Like, that's pretty optimal. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move this card twice and then pop it so that way I can get Derry's ult. And then we're gonna see how much damage this ult does to Meliodas. Okay, we're still fine. Alright, so we're gonna pop that, pop this, and then, well, just to get an extra stack, let's hit her with that, and then we'll do this. So this should deal a pretty decent amount of damage. Like, it's definitely going to be over 1 mil. I don't know if it'll be quite 2 mil. Okay, 1.6 mil. That's not bad at all. So that damage right there, that big amount of damage is what you're looking for. That's going to end up doing a lot of your like score. Oh, I hate that move. Okay, so all of my guys are kind of low, so I need to try to end this as quickly as possible. I've still got my buff on, which is nice. I should be able to kill here, hopefully. Not sure. Let's see. Can I kill here? Nice. Okay, cool. Let's see how many points we got off this one, because I've been recording for like almost an hour, like 45 minutes or so. Let's see what we get. Okay, that's 2,700. That's not too bad. That's not quite like top 5% or anything like that. Obviously, you've seen those. Well, you've seen the missions right here. I think if I would have got this mission, it would have helped a little bit. And then looking at these, you can see turns used actually wasn't too bad, but it's just, you know, it all adds up, you know, over time. I think if I would have used more Derry cards to get more buffs on her, or if Gother's passive would have been a little bit more stacked up, I would have ended up getting a little bit more damage off there and been able to get more points, which is obviously what it takes to get, you know, the most score. So hopefully that was a little bit more of a better explanation. I don't really know. Like, I'm not going to sit here for another, you know, hour trying to get a perfect run on this, because it's super annoying. And I mean, I don't know, I may even, like, with it being the last 48 hours, I know some people are kind of done with this at this point, but I'm sure some people are going to be trying to do their like final push towards trying to get as high as they can. So I may end up even getting pushed out of it. Hopefully not, but you never know. So I don't know, hopefully you guys had, you know, fun with this event. I don't really like final bosses sometimes, because they're very strategy based, and like you want to get the rewards, but sometimes you can't because of, you know, you don't have this unit powered up or whatever the case may be. But yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you guys thought. Let me know where you guys, you know, ranked up on here, and you know what your top score was. I'd love to see them. But anyways, that's pretty much going to be it from me today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for the news. It should be sometime tomorrow night. So, yeah, I'll see you in the next video.